Arkady Rosovich was an infamous serial killer whose blood ran colder than the Siberian winters. In a land full of atrocities, he was regarded as Russia's most notorious and prolific psychopath. During his attempted arrest, he was gunned down, and like many monsters, the KGB found a use for him. They immediately revived him and implanted experimental radioactive carbonadium tentacles in him. He became the prototype for the Soviet super soldier project. His code name is Omega Red.
Maybe I have you for barbecue, eh? How does Wolverine taste medium rare? For a long time, I wait to rip flesh from your adamantium bones.
Soviet scientists were attempting to produce a substance that could equal the indestructible qualities of adamantium. The result was carbonadium. Retractable tentacles made of it were grafted to Omega Red's arms. An unintentional side effect afforded the subject's mutant death spore a wider range, allowing his implants to literally drain the life from his victims.
Damn.
What's up, guys? How's it going? How's everybody's Sunday going?
What's good, sir?
It's going good, brother.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, just me and Matt had talked about this a couple of weeks ago about how really there's only a few Omega Red statues out there, and we're trying to figure out which ones were the better ones. Most people have their mindset on this custom that's out there, but we'll see. Matt, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just hanging, chilling, enjoying the good weather. Yep, got a little baseball going on, but still got to get on with custom produced. You know what I mean? It's all good.
Of course. Piggy, how are you doing today?
Man, I'm doing well. Had an event down here at the spot that I always tell you guys about. They had Kane from WWE out there and a couple of voice actors from X-Men, like the guy that did the original voice for Cable on the animated series. So pretty fun weekend so far. No complaints.
Sounds pretty good, man. Usually we have more people on the show, on Sundays, but of course everybody's at San Diego, or not San Diego, New York Comic Con right now. So I'm a little jealous of everybody. I've been seeing pictures and people posting pictures of statues and hanging out and stuff. So, but it is what it is.
Does that mean you're coming to StatueCon next year?
I plan on it.
Cool.
Definitely plan on it. D3, man, what's up? Are you there? You alive back there, backstage?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'm here. Just running a few errands back over here. But yeah, I've been doing good, man. Just busy. I just wanted to hop in. I was stuck in traffic a little earlier, but I'm out of it now.
Good. Yeah, it's hard tying you down these days, but I know how life is. Get busy and you get doing
man.
stuff. So.
Sundays are just a little tough for me, but I do what I can, man. I do what I can.
One of these days we'll get back on during the week, but just schedules and stuff. So, but thanks for showing up, man.
Absolutely.
So there's really not that many Omega Red statues out there. I think there's like 3, one from a license, and the other 2 are customs. So we'll go ahead and dive into those real fast. Let me see if that brings up. All right, so this is XM's Omega Red. Most people know about this statue. What do you guys think about it?
Thumbs down for me, man.
Thumbs down. Why?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just feel like I don't like the base number one. I understand the concept, but I just don't like how it's executed and his pose. I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. I know, I like museum, and this is pretty much semi museum, but for some reason I'm just not a fan of this. I really can't even pinpoint why I don't like it.
The pose I think is very awkward. I think standing straight up.
Yeah, it is awkward. Yeah, it is awkward. It's like he's being like they captured him in the mid movement, and the that point that they captured him just doesn't look. I don't know. It just doesn't look appealing to me.
Yeah. I think the overall statue doesn't appeal a lot. Like the paint and everything, the detail, I think it's there. It's just the pose.
Yeah.
What about everybody else? What do y'all think?
So I like I think it's just it sounds weird. It's hard to try and say it. Like I don't like it. It looks boring, but I think the execution of what they were attempting to do, like it's hard to like the sculpt work looks good, the paint looks good, but I don't like it. Like I don't like the pose at all. It's a little boring. And when you think about Omega Red, you think about him like in action, menacing, ready to attack. And this just doesn't do it. This looks like he's just, posing for a snapshot. So
yeah, like this arm right here, I don't know what it's doing. Like it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like he's in a mid movement. Like they just kind of took a photo burst.
Yeah,
and took one of those photo bursts and turned it into a statue.
The paint on it is dope though. Like if you look at it, like look at the detail on the teeth. Look how nasty and grimy his teeth are.
Yeah, I really do like the paint as well. And everything else, like literally, it's just the pose and the base as well. The base is just kind of lackluster to me.
Yeah, like even the snow, I don't think they did a very good job on the snow
at all.
Yeah. It was crazy that the frost and the snow on it is way better. What about you, Matt? You there? I guess not. All right.
I'm here. I'm here. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. So yeah, but I did lose you for a second. Yeah, the pose is a little awkward. I don't like the anatomy. I don't like how his legs get smaller he's got an okay torso, but I don't know if you got a picture of him from the backside. If you can get a picture of him from the backside, he's got like his butt and his legs get really skinny in the back.
No, I don't have a picture of the back.
And it's just kind of a little awkward for my taste. But, I looked at a lot of different Omega Red pieces and stuff like that, and it's kind of like, or at least like statues or things, and they always have him in that same pose with his leg up and his hands out.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because they wanted to show off the tentacles, I think, coming from his hands. So trying to...
Oh, look, see that angle right there? If you go back one picture, it just looks like it's so awkward to me. That one leg is super straight and stiff. Yeah, but sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Yeah, the pose is definitely, I think it would have been better if it was a better pose overall. Like the sculpt is there and the paint and everything, the details there. It's just the pose. I think it comes down to it.
To give a different perspective, X-Men exclusive said, "I like him because they went with simple. Him coming out of the frozen chamber and he's semi-dynamic to match my others' different strokes for different folks. And the snow does suck." He said it was the first license piece that captured a character that nobody else would make. So
true. Since Piggy brought up the chat, I want to say hi. I didn't say what's up to everybody real fast. Random Korean man, what's up? How you doing?
Sorry.
Jojo, what's up, man? Carl, what's up? How you doing? Vibranium Jim, what's up, man? Everyday Collector, how's it going? Vega, what's up, man? Drifter, Main Man, X-Men exclusives. And Ledge is in the house. What's up, Ledge? And Danny, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I just wanted to say hi real fast before we continued. I think it's the pose, more than anything else, that bothers most people about that statue.
The detail is amazing though, like the teeth, the shades in the face.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you said, it's the pose, and there's no way I would pay more than like $600 for this statue.
Yeah, I've seen it going for pretty cheap these days, actually. So, real quick too, there's another custom that I'll show you guys that most people really don't know about. It's out there, or don't talk about very often, and it's by Franco. It's this one right here. I don't know if you guys have seen this one.
I don't recall seeing it, but I'm digging the portrait.
Yeah, it's dope. I like this one actually a lot. Franco clay sculpted this one. This is obviously Barb's pictures, by the way. So she takes really good pictures.
Yeah, that portrait is dope. It's a better pose than the XM one for sure.
By far, yeah. This is definitely to me the two customs clearly win, but
look at the paint, man. That red is popping.
Have you seen this before, Matt?
I have not.
Man, that portrait is dope.
Yeah. It's actually a companion piece to a Wolverine that Franco made too. With the paint, that was good. Go ahead.
Can you go back to the portrait, like one picture back? Like if you see where his hair is coming out at the top, yeah, like around there. Would that bother you guys?
You know something I've noticed with a lot of Omega Red statues is they all suffer from that. Like every Omega Red statue I've seen suffers from like a line in the hair somewhere.
Got it.
But I mean, it doesn't really bother me. In practice, I don't think you'll be able to see it.
Overall, it's dope.
I got a little
the gashes.
echo. Is that me?
I don't hear anything.
I don't hear it either.
Okay.
What about you, D3? You've seen this one before, right? I don't know if it's here. Right.
So, okay, I'm trying to see the whole thing.
The legs look more proportioned, Matt.
Oh, actually, yeah, I have seen this.
Yeah.
So,
what about you, D3? You've seen this one before, right?
Yeah, I had this actually. I bought this Omega Red. The one I had, is this the one I had was painted by a painter in Europe. His name was Sebastian. I bought it from him, and it had a little bit of a like light blue tint to the skin. But I sold it. I actually sold it to Shane. So this was my favorite, like I guess the best Omega Red.
Wow.
Because I mean, it was between this and that custom at that time. But yeah, I had this and sold it to Shane, and yeah, it's a dope statue. Really dope statue.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Like,
how many did it have any head switch outs or tendril switch outs?
Yeah, it had tendril switch outs and I think 4 portraits. 3 or 4 portraits.
It's 3, I think.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and the portraits are really dope too. It's a really dope piece. Especially if you get it pro painted.
You got Rush's ass right there. This looks good, man. This paint job on this looks really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Even the boots are dope.
Vibranium Jim says, I've owned this one before. It's awesome, but hard to display because its arms are outward and tentacles are even further out.
Yeah. That's why I was asking about the tendrils. If there's different ones that would loop in to stay centered toward the body, or did they always just go out?
I think these are the only tendrils. I think. I know that other custom that you had and I had, there's like 85 different tendrils that you can use.
I know,
so
man.
It gives you to me that's too much. Like it was like 7 or 8 heads. It's just too much, I think.
Nah, I love it. It's great to have options and choices and switch outs.
But I love the build on this one. I love the sculpt on him.
This is dope
for
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't think you could go wrong with either one of these. Actually, I think this one is just as good as the other one.
If I had the space, and look how well the snow is executed on this one.
Yeah, like I said, there's an actual Wolverine that goes with this statue. There's another that Franco did. It looks pretty good too. So, but
how old is this piece?
2000,
anybody know?
2020 or 2021.
Huh.
It's so dope.
It came out about the same time as all the other Omega Reds.
And this portrait, I mean, I don't like it as good as as much as I like the other one, but
his
it's
face is a little
good.
Yeah.
And I like the gashes in the face of the first portrait. But this one's dope too. This is overall just a dope statue. I would definitely pick it up if I had a spot for it.
And this is the third portrait without the gashes.
Man, it would be hard to decide because these are equally good portraits.
Yeah. I really like this statue, man, like overall.
Would you get it, Jarhead, or one Omega Red is enough representation?
So I had a Omega Red versus Wolverine and that custom Omega Red. And I don't know, man. Like at the time, I was like, well, I already have an Omega Red. Do I need another one? Type deal. But I'm craving another Omega Red actually, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think this is dope.
Yeah.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Which are we on? Which one are we on? The one on the cryo tank?
No, we're still talking about the one that Franco did.
Oh, my bad.
But like I said, I like both of these, honestly, to tell you the truth, like for different reasons. So that's the second portrait, and this is the third one, which I like too.
Dang, that's dope, man. You know it's a dope statue when you're in your head trying to figure out where you could put it, what you can move around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, even X-Men exclusive says the XM1 hair has no hair issues, so except the ponytail. So, but the custom ones, the ones I've run into, because I've had both the single Omega Red and the one versus Wolverine, and he's had a little, part in his hair every time, so I don't mind it.
Man, this is so dope. Look at that portrait, man. I didn't even want an Omega Red, and I low key want this.
The snow is not great on it with the factory paint. It was a little too silverish, so definitely would get the base repaint. Vibranium Jim says. Yeah, I think this is a dope. Like to me, this is just as equally as good as the other one. And then of course we got this one. This one's just a badass statue. I think overall. The pose is what gets this one the most. What do you guys think about this one?
I like the pose. I like the base too.
I mean, I can't say enough about that piece, man. It's just the pose, the base, the portraits. They're all the sculpts are perfect as far as I'm concerned. The assembly is pretty easy. It's got plenty of options with the tendrils. The pose of just like understanding the character that he's a maniac, right?
Yeah. And
they gave this dude license to kill with superpowers, basically. And the way he's crouched up on the cryo chamber is it's diabolical.
I've had the statue in person, And I would say that the paint job on this statue is probably one of the best ones I've seen on a statue, licensed or custom. So I know, like I said, there's a lot of people that always say that licensed statues have better quality. This one, I don't think that licensed one has no comparison to this one. So,
Matt, do you own this one?
Yes, sir. It's behind me on pretty much every stream.
the snow, the snow effect and the frost on this. These pictures don't do it justice. Like, it looks like frost and snow in person.
Yeah,
Matt, I knew you had one.
If I was at home, I'd do close-ups on it.
For some reason, I thought you had the one where he's fighting Wolverine.
He does. He has both.
Oh, okay.
I have that one too.
Yeah. Vegas says Piggy's on a historic streak, at least 5 straight shows with custom Temptations.
Man, it's Jarhead. He's the dealer, man.
Piggy, you got that Wendigo?
Yeah. It's on the same shelf with the that maquette of Hulk versus Wolverine, so I couldn't fit Omega Red versus on the same shelf. It would have been up there for sure.
Exclusive says those who say license have better quality definitely don't get the right customs. All my customs are on another level, just as great as licensed pieces. Yeah. So.
Yep. Ditto.
A Black Panther that I always bring up, where he's on the Panther head. That's probably one of the best painted statues I have ever come across.
Yeah.
That's a custom.
So there was a little bit on this piece.
I'm so glad I was able to find this one. I always admired it from afar. Finally making it into my collection. Congrats, Viberian Jim.
Has everyone spoken about this one already?
Yes.
So I think this is the best one out, but with a little caveat. So there was a different version released, like a second batch.
This one?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Black. Yep. The black variant with I think it had an additional head sculpt and it had a light up on the tank, and it had an additional set of tentacles. And I think the ES was only 6 of that particular version.
That was 9.
Oh, it was 9 of the black second batch.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it was very low ES. So that specifically is my favorite Omega Red. I like the red one too, but not better than I like Franco's. But I like the black version of that specific version better than all.
Yeah, but good luck trying to hunt that down, you know?
Yeah, I've been on the hunt for over a year.
Bro, I'm telling you, just get this one custom painted.
Nah, I had to turn it down twice, man. I just didn't have the money at the time.
I missed it by just a few minutes one time. So it was going for $2,500. But there's another collector that might be selling his, but I gotta wait for him to come down on price because it's super expensive.
I missed it out of the production of it when it was coming out. The commissioner hit me up, and I was like, I just didn't have the funds.
Is the portrait lighting up?
I don't know.
No,
on mine,
just the base, the lights up.
This one,
but I don't know if it did on the black ones though, because that was still with the first run.
Well, he said on the
and
second run.
There were more that came out with the light up base, and it was just a little different on the base paint.
Maybe that's just the paint. I don't
know. Yeah, because
well, I don't know. The commissioner told me it was a light up. Because I spoke to him specifically about it. I keep asking him to make one more low for me and don't tell anybody.
Yeah, well, he may have thrown one in there when they did the light ups.
But yeah, man, this has a lot of presence too. Your eyes get drawn to it when you walk in the room. When I had it, your eyes automatically go to it.
So this group is about to put a Psylocke up for PO, which is, in my opinion, the best Psylocke I've ever seen.
And this has so many options for as far as heads and tentacles. It's ridiculous.
And they all look good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at the teeth. Like you zoom in, you see more detail.
Yep. I mean, it's totally XM quality, if not better. I mean, it's there. Magnets are strong. I mean, everything's on this piece is just, I couldn't find nothing wrong with it. It's perfect.
But he doesn't do a lot. I think he only has 2 pieces that he's ever released. This one and another one.
Yeah, he's got another one to come out, I think, with the Modoc.
Yeah, the Modoc. That piece is crazy. Like that's
It's an abomination too, isn't it?
That's a hell of a,
yeah, it's one big diorama.
It's like a whole diorama with the abomination and the Modoc. I'm ridiculous.
Gigantic.
Yeah. I had another Omega Red on PO, but they actually just started refunding those NRDs because that group, the commissioner, passed away, and they're not going to be making that Omega Red anymore. But TT Nun's group actually took over that Omega Red, and it could be PO through her when she announces it. But you might know, I think you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I like that.
I know you had an Omega Red.
Yeah, it's got Wolverine on the base of it, like kind of like.
He's removable though. The Wolverine bust is removable from the cryo tank base, and he's standing up more in a museum pose with his tentacles out.
Yeah,
it's really good. And
I haven't seen it.
I had spoken to Titan about it last week, and she said that they're going to announce it in the next coming weeks.
So speaking of, there is another group that will be producing a Wolverine versus Omega Red. Yep. Closer to the cover of the original art from
a lot of people looking for that.
So be on the lookout for that. So I think that one's gonna be pretty dope. I can't wait to see it. He's making a Wolverine versus Omega Red, and also a Silver Samurai versus Brown Suit Wolverine. But yeah, those are the pictures for the customs. Real fast, I've got some videos of them too. So, because you know me, I always like to watch videos on statues. So. So this video is from Half-Fast Reviews. I'm just saying, man, he did some great reviews of statues. His production quality is always pretty good. But yeah, this is just going through all the different swap outs that you get with the statues. A lot, man.
I remember Mr. X gave it the award for the most head sculpts or the most useless amount of head swap outs. I don't like that.
So these tendrils aren't difficult to display?
Some are longer, some are shorter, so it you can do whatever you want pretty much. Like if you don't have a lot of space, you can shrink them basically, make them smaller. So this is the XM one with the aqua pose. So I wasn't able to get the third custom one or the second custom one because it was very limited. So there's not really many videos of it out there at all. So I haven't seen an actual video of it yet. So I guess on to the comparison. What do you guys think? Like the videos are to me help me decide, between statues. I always have.
I like them all. Both customs I like a lot better than the XM one, like by far. Yeah, by far. But just based on what I've seen so far, even though we didn't have a video for that second custom, I lean towards that one.
Really?
Yeah, it was just dope. I understand it may be difficult to display, especially with the tendrils going out so wide. But it overall, I think it's a dope statue. It's super dope. Like some of those portraits did it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I think the XM and the second custom B are kind of tied, really. I know XM, I know their quality, I know everything's cool. I think that it's for different reasons. I think the arms being out and making it being a wide statue on the custom piece is the minus there, and then on the XM, it's the pose in the lower half was the minus there, but they kind of equate. But other than that, I think XM is pretty dope. I like the base on the XM.
Grichter says those two upcoming dioramas will be sculpted by Alejandro Pereira, who did the other the phase Wolverines, like the phase 1, phase 2. We'll see how those come out, man. Like I like the way he sculpts Wolverine. So, and then Valerie Jim says Barb did a review on that. On the one that you like, Piggy.
Okay, cool.
But I don't remember seeing. I looked for it. I don't remember seeing it. So and I looked on her channel, but I know she took these are her pictures for sure. But I didn't see her video, so I don't know. So these are the three that we're going to find out which one is the superior Omega Red. The first two we're going to go off of is the XM and the custom one that everybody knows about. Piggy, which if you had to choose between the XM one or the custom, where would you go?
The custom.
Okay. Why? Just because the pose and
the pose, and I think the portraits were better. And you had more options. There was a lot. Like you were saying, if space is limited, if there are different sizes with the tendrils, I think that gives you a lot of options with displayability. I do like the pose because he's, he should be in action and not just like standing there like he's posing for a photo. And I really dig the options, not just with the tendrils, but with the portraits as well. Those portraits were really nice and they were really different. So you can kind of, depending upon what you're going for, do you want like the animated look? Do you want the comic book look, the movie look? You had a lot of options, so he can blend in with any display that, you know what I mean, whether you're doing movies or comics or animated.
So with all that too, like if you were to compare them, when they first came out, like how much they cost off the bat, like I think you get more with the custom too. You get, about 50 tentacles. You get like, 7 or 8 different heads. I don't remember how many. I think maybe it's 9. I don't remember how many heads there are, but there's a crap load of heads that go with it. So to me, not only is it superior, but you get more for your money too.
Yeah.
So you get better options. What about you, Matt?
As much as I said I didn't like the pose as much on the XM, I do like the fact that I guess I'm the opposite of what Piggy said. I like the fact that he's standing there like victorious, like, or like, I dare you, like, come on, like he's edging you on to come on, let's fight. And that to me goes along with the character being kind of a little insane.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I like the fact that it's centered. The tendrils are centered, his hands are centered. I like the custom piece, but it's just his arms being flared too far out is not my ideal Omega Red, really.
Yeah.
So for me, I'd go with the XM.
What about everybody in the chat? What would you guys pick between the XM and the custom? And why? Why would you pick either? So kind of want to hear from everybody in the chat. I I do like this black version too a lot. Like it's different. But for me, most of the time when I pick up a statue, I like to like necessarily like original, but close as possible, because some people do little different things to the costumes and stuff like that. But like the whole color scheme is different on him, which I wouldn't get this because of that, because he's got black tentacles and it's different. I try to stay closer to the source material, I guess, than some weird costume. But I think this art and the direction of this is dope. The black suit, in particular. Main Man says the custom, of course. I think that's typical. Most people think the custom is better than this XM1 for sure. So I think we all picked the custom or licensed one anyway. So I guess that one doesn't make it past the first round.
Oh.
I mean, I think everybody kind of knew it already, but so we got the battle of the two customs. Piggy. I kind of know which one you're going to pick, but which one are you leaning towards?
I'm going with the wide one with the tendrils out.
Okay.
I think the portraits on both of these statues are amazing. I like the snow base on the one that I picked, and I like the portraits that had the gashes in them on that one. Mm-hmm. I think those were some of the nicer portraits I've saw in a long time. For a character that I guess doesn't get made as often as others, because I think like these are the only three, right? I think they took a chance putting the gashes on two of the portraits, and how they did it. It didn't look like they were drawn on; they were actually like gashes in the sculpt itself, and that's pretty dope. I like everything about this statue, other than the difficulty of just trying to get it somewhere, because it's so wide. It's going to take up half of wherever you put it, probably. So, but other than that, I think it's dope. I think definitely the paint job on the one that we're looking at is dope, but the portraits, man, and it's proportioned. Like, I feel like his legs match up, unlike the XM one, and on the other one, I like the pose, but he's kind of squatting. But this one, you can really see like his physique. And yeah, I'm definitely going with the wide one.
Yeah, he's a big character too. So regardless, he's going to take up a lot of space. Even the custom on the left is to me, it's a little overscaled. If you compare it to another quarter scale, it's a big statue. So space wise, I think both of them are going to take up a lot of space regardless. So depends on if you want vertical space or horizontal space, I guess. But I get what you're saying, Piggy. The second one, the custom, the Franco one is I don't know. I like it a lot too. So
yeah, the physique looks like amazing. Like the proportion, they did a really, really good job.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Matt? I know the answer to this one too, but
yeah, no. Yeah, the crouch one definitely by far. I mean, it's got what 8, 9 sculpts. I think it's 8 sculpts. It too has the 3 marks across in some of this. I think 2 or 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
Of the sculpts, yeah. The portraits are perfect in the detail in every single portrait there. I get what Piggy's saying about he wants to see the whole body of the statue of the character. But again, for me, it's the presence of the piece itself. And I guarantee you, like you said, Jarhead, when people come in, they look at it, their eyes gravitate to that, and they're like, who's this maniac?
Yeah.
It's just that piece has presence. And it stands out. I mean, that piece stands out. You could put the one where his arms are out against other statues that are the guys standing there.
Yeah.
And it just blends in because it's the same guy standing there. Whereas this one, there's more to it, and it speaks more.
To me, the pose on the other custom, the black one, the crouched over is just, it's menacing, it's evil. Like,
yes,
you can feel the menacingness of it, I guess.
Well, G Vega, Main Man, and A Plus Collectibles all agree with you guys that they like the crouching one.
So Vega says, I would probably choose the crouching one, but I don't think any of these three are that much better than the other. All are very close. A Plus Collectibles.
I don't know about close.
What's up, man? He says, I really don't like the paint on Franco's at all. The base on the left is way better too. So seems like I'm the tiebreaker here because you guys both like the other one.
So have you seen? I thought the Iron Studios one was good, but it's a 1/10 scale.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do a 1/10 versus 1/4 scale.
No, I know, but I just
to
see the character or whatever and what they did with it.
Yeah,
man, I love Iron Studios. They've been knocking it out the park.
So this to me is really hard to compare these two. Really, the only looking, because I've seen this custom one in person. I had it, the one where he's leaning over. Man, it's dope in person. It's got so much presence, and the paint job is amazing. I haven't seen the Franco one in person, so it's kind of hard to. But judging from the pictures that Barb took, the paint looks amazing on it too. I do dig the head sculpts a little more on the Franco one. I do. But the overall, yeah, I do. The head sculpts on those are dope, man. I like those a lot. The screaming and I think that's what the most I like about it is the head sculpts, like Piggy was saying. But if I had to choose the overall statue, it'd be the one on the left, the crouching one, just because the menacing. I've seen it in person. It's an amazing statue. The paint job on it, the options that you get more bang for your buck. To me, it's overall a better statue. But the Franco one is almost just as good. Like, it's neck and neck type deal, and it would be hard pressed to try and figure out which one I like more. But I do think the crouching one gets me more. So
even though he's not wearing the
no, I'm talking about the other suit. The other suit. This one, like I said, like I put this in here for D3 because I know that's his favorite, and he's been trying to get his hands on one for the longest time. But to me, if I was to go with one, it'd definitely be the red suit one. So that's just what I want to see him in. So but real quick, I'm hearing rumblings of another statue trying to break in. Hold on 1 second.
Oh man, here we go.
That was dope, man.
Sorry guys, that he broke in last minute. I didn't have anything to do with it. So yeah, so now it's the leaning. custom versus the diorama. I kind of wanted to just do it just to compare the overall statue, and see which one is better overall.
He went to mess with me.
Oh yeah, that too. Just to compare the two. So let's see here.
You there? Did we lose? What happened?
No, I'm just fixing it. Hold on.
The main man says somebody got to get some batteries for the smoke detector.
And it ain't me. I don't mind.
It's a part of the culture, man. It's part of the culture.
Y'all see it?
Yeah.
So, like I said, I kind of wanted to compare them because there's not really that many Omega Red statues out there. So why not put the diorama?
Yeah.
We're comparing the overall statue versus, the overall statue of the customs. So, and I actually have pictures of this too. Hold on. So here we go. What do you guys think about this so far?
I love the Wolverine sculpt on it, to be honest. That's my favorite part about this statue. I'm not big on dioramas, so I'm like, and I really don't like dioramas where like somebody clearly has advantage over the other person. Like I would consider this one of those. So I don't really like the concept as a statue, but I think it's really well done.
What about you, Matt? What do you think? What do you think about the statue?
Well, I don't know. I'll bark back at D3's comment there a little bit about having the advantage. If you look, especially with a lot of MMA guys, they want to go on the ground because defense is also your best offense. And if you see his tendril, it is swirling around in Wolverine's side, and that's pretty offensive there.
Yeah, it looks like he's on his back doesn't necessarily mean he's not on the offensive.
Exactly.
His tendrils are put in work. It could switch at any moment.
I mean, when you break it down, definitely you can analyze it like that. But I just mean just from like a first appearance, like just looking at the statue, like you see one guy on top and another guy on bottom, like just from that kind of perspective, but I could see that, of course, the tentacles are around Wolverine's arms, and there is kind of a back and forth. But just looking at it, like from first glance, it just looks like Wolverine has the upper advantage.
I do want to add real fast too, man. Look at these pictures; they're crispy. I wonder who took these pictures.
These are dope.
They look super crispy. Oh yeah, they're my pictures.
You got the Popeyes touch to them. And I like the portrait where he's Wolverine's half and half, like his face is all ripped up with the adamantium shown. This piece is, other than the complexity of putting it together.
It was a pain.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'll say it all day long. Thank you so much for helping me.
Yeah, that was the first show I actually met you, Matt, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was I was literally doing it live, straight out of the box. Had no clue of how it went together. No pre anything.
Grifter says dioramas should be balanced, just kind of like what DV3 was saying.
Well, to me it is when you look at it. I mean, like D3 said, at first glance it might look like it, but when you look at the piece, I actually think Omega Red has the advantage.
Yeah. Vegas says,
and I think one of the things that
go ahead,
me on this piece was the agony on Wolverine's face.
To me, it's not angry. Agony. It's anger. He's pissed. Like he just stuck a damn thing in my side. Like I'm about to beat his ass. Like
to me, it's like he's like, "Ow, that shit hurts."
Vegas says the Dio has some nice aspects, but I don't care for it overall. and I don't care for Vega overall. So
Yeah, but shame on you, Vega.
you can't account for taste. It is Vega after all. We're talking about.
Dang.
What about you, Piggy? What do you think about this statue?
So I understand everything that you and Matt are saying about the pose, who's on the offense, but I have to agree with D. Like from first glance, before you analyze the piece, it looks like Wolverine is just gutting him. You know what I mean? And it does need to be more of a balance. But with that being said, I still think this is an amazing statue. It's dope overall. I love Wolverine's portrait. I couldn't see Omega Red's portrait at first when we were watching the video. It got like maybe to like the 1.5 minute mark, and then when it kind of unblurred and I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's pretty dope, man." Overall, I really like the statue, the teeth, everything. It's a pretty dope statue.
So I will say, something like this, you won't ever see a licensed company do. You know, like they'll do dioramas sometimes, like versus characters, but you won't see the blood. You won't see it to this extent. You know, he's got his tentacle in his side, like
even his teeth are bloody, like the upper side.
Yeah. Right here.
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed too. He's got the cybernetic part on his face was cut off, so that's what these are, the marks.
Yep.
Oh wow, didn't notice that.
Yeah, this is dope.
So this is another portrait. There's a few portraits on this one too.
Look at the blood on the claw.
Metal claws.
Yeah. Even around the eyes, like the red around the eyes and the browns under the eyes.
A+ says, I think the dial is solid. Great concept though. What's up, Ark? He says it looks cool.
Put that lotion down, Ark.
I think I saw a video of Ark's collection earlier today.
Yeah, he put out a room tour.
He's got a lot of
Pretty
statues.
dope.
Yeah, it's really good.
There it is.
Yeah, I like this.
Very like
Oh yeah, this is the one right here. This,
yeah,
the mask half off, the blood coming out. Oh yeah, that's the one. The money shot.
I feel like it's hard for people to get his mutton chops sometimes.
Yeah, it is. X-Men Exclusive says, I'm not a diorama guy, but this is still decent.
Oh, it's decent. Yeah, you're right. It's just decent.
It's all right. It's all right.
Can you go back to that bloody, to the, yeah, man, that's dope. That's dope. Like this sells the statue for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, see the blood in his mouth.
Yeah, that's dope.
There's a collector who says that Omega Red looks like a toddler who's throwing a tantrum in this statue.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of dios. Like, if I can get two characters on one footprint, you know, I love it. I love them.
I keep a dio. I keep a dio on my desk.
Yeah, there you go. So then you got the tendril going into his side, like I was saying earlier. So yes, he's on his back, but like we were talking about a second ago, I think it's anybody's game, you know.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of MMA guys, first thing they do is lay on their back. There is only one critique I have on this piece is Wolverine's boots. I would think they would have done. I would have liked to see them in a little bit like a dark blue. Mm-hmm. They're brown. They're like he just walked out the construction site. It's like, yo, I can just finish my 9 to 5. I mean, if they're gonna do the uniform, do the uniform.
They look like some lugs,
right? But they're not bad. I mean, it still goes with this piece.
Artistic interpretation.
But, yeah.
The style of the art too behind the statue, I dig a lot because it's not necessarily like realistic, but it's like comic booky. You know what I'm saying? Also the paint job on this too, like the shadowing on Wolverine, in person, it looks amazing. I love the shadowing on him. Looks really good.
I can't unsee his boots being lugs now.
Yeah, I mean, is what it is. I'll give the good end.
I really like this Wolverine sculpt.
Yeah, it looks good.
Man, the blood.
Like his leg muscles, his abdomen, everything. The belt, I like the belt. His pose.
I like the tears in the suit.
I will say that I like the Wolverine better than the Omega Red on the statue for sure.
I mean, he looks like the feature character in it, you know. That's what I'm saying. For me, it leans more towards like Wolverine being the feature character and Omega Red being kind of like a supplement to his character instead of it being like an actual Dio. I mean, I know it's a Dio because it's two characters, but just in my mind, how I see it and how, you know, I look at statues.
Ledge says he was close to getting this statue.
That portrait.
Ledge, if you can pick it up, it's great.
Yeah, it is. I've seen a few of them go up for sale lately. So
yeah.
I think the combo of the portrait with the slashes in Omega Red's face and the blood on the side of his teeth, and the Wolverine with half the mask knocked off and the blood in the mouth, like with those two portraits on, the statue is beyond amazing. Yep. The blood on the claws, the tears in Wolverine suit. This is dope.
It's definitely a bloody statue without going overboard on the blood. Because I've seen some statues, they are bloody, but then it goes like way to the left, and you're like, man, that's too much blood.
Like even here, like you have the blood coming down to one side of his nose and not the other one. You know what I mean? It's very detailed.
A+ Collectible says, I prefer Dios more as a centerpiece, but nothing I would delve it too deep into, because if you're doing a line, the Dios throw it off for me. I don't know. I think it's I'd rather have a bunch of Dios, if anything. Like I would have like a ton of Dios in a row. Just, you know, I don't necessarily my statues don't necessarily have to go together, you know. I just like the art behind it. But yeah, so we'll do the face off real fast and see what everybody thinks.
As I'm looking at the statue right behind you, Charlotte.
Yeah, you're using connection.
Break it up.
I bet you are.
Which portraits do you have on yours, Charlotte?
I've got just the regular portrait on him, just the mass portrait. So. And I also got, because Omega Red's got two options for his hands. They can either be closed fists or open hands, and I've got the open hands on mine. So
Omega Red has two portraits too, right?
He's got two portraits. Yeah, he's got an unslashed face and a regular face.
Yeah.
Wolverine's got three.
Right.
So we'll start off with Matt. What do you think between these two statues?
It might come to me first.
Could I put this in there because of you? But
dude,
so choose the overall statue. We know that Omega Red on the one leaning over is an overall better statue. We can all say the sculpt on it is better, the paint's probably better on it. But let's talk about the overall statue. Let's make it hard. Let's make it harder for you, man. What's better overall statue?
Pause.
Yeah.
Man, I have really equate these statues, man.
If there was one that you could choose and you had to save one in a fire, let's say.
Bro, I'm running out with my hands like this. Both arms set on the both. I don't know. I I probably have to go with the diorama just because it is an epic, unique piece. It's a diorama.
Yeah.
It captures a whole lot. It's basically it's them two fighting versus.
That's all I wanted to hear you say,
fight.
Matt. That's all I wanted to hear you say. I wanted to hear it come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree, man. Like overall, that's why I love the crouched over Omega Red, but I just when I looked at the diorama, it's like, do I really need it? Because I already have an Omega Red, and it's a damn good one, So the overall statue to me is a better statue. The individual character is better on the crouched over one, though. I would say.
Yeah.
What about you, Piggy?
I'm gonna go with the Dio for sure.
Okay.
It's not even a tough decision for me, but I could see how it would be difficult for you guys. Because I was gonna say, because you've seen them both in person, up close and personal, so I'm sure it's different. But just from like what we've seen in the pictures and the videos, I'll go with the Dio all day.
Okay. Yeah, I would ask D3, but I know what he's gonna pick already.
Yeah, I
which one you pick, D3?
I must be in the Twilight Zone because y'all was bugging. But of course, I'm going with the one on the left, Solo Omega Red.
But that's just the kind of collector you are, that you gravitate towards those kind of statues,
That as well. Like I'm not a big fan of Dios. Like it has to be exactly to my liking for me to be a big fan of it. But I do appreciate the scope on this Dio, and I do like it. It's not a bad statue. It's definitely a good statue. But overall, I think the one on the left is way better, especially the base. When you start comparing the bases as well, and the paint job on the cryo chamber on the Solo Omega Red, and the details is that's just a way above the other one in my opinion. But yeah, a lot of it has to do with the fact that I like Solo characters, more museum kind of high presence kind of.
I'm the opposite. I like dioramas, and you like what you like. So it's cool because we're both X-Men collectors, and we both come from different aspects of it. So
I'm not copying your collection like Dion because
Dion, definitely, I think he takes notes or something. Like he's got a notepad. He's like, okay, he's gonna get this one. I've got to get it.
So they were mentioning that there was another one that was the chat was mentioning that there was another Omega Red that was in the works, but the sculptor or the I guess the person that
the
was
commissioner,
the commissioner passed away.
Yeah, that's the one I mentioned earlier, but it's still being produced actually by TT Nunn's studio, and she's gonna put it for PO soon. So
yeah,
but everybody who paid
that one.
Everybody who paid NRD on that got their money back from the factory. Got their NRD back. Like I actually just got a refund on it 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he actually had a lot of statues out on pre-order, and he just passed away one day. And so a lot of the custom groups, commissioners, stuff like that, jumped in and helped out, try to get people their statues, and it was good. It was a good thing to see because not that he died, but that people were willing to help and hop in and make sure people either got their money back or got their statue,
or they even facilitated one of the statues finishing production. I think it was the Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Like that group they did a really, really great job at stepping in and taking over, and like the commissioner Jay, he had a lot of love in the community, so everybody tried to band together and make it not such a bad situation for everybody that was involved with the statue. So
that was dope.
That whole line, it was a whole line that went together too. It was like a Wolverine, and then there was like a Sabretooth on the base,
and then like Omega Red.
Yeah, and there was a Sabretooth. It was a whole line that went together. It was pretty dope. A+ says that was I'm guessing great looking Omega Red. Ledge says that Dio every time for me conveys so much more. Agreed. Arcane says, "Who needs to replace the batteries in the smoke alarm? You guys had me checking mine."
Oh man.
Archangel, it's not me. I promise you. A Plus says that Sabertooth out of that line was never produced, and it was the only proto, and it was sold. So.
Oh, okay.
What's up, Patrick?
I know they produced one of those pieces. It might have probably already been in production, but then they had issues getting like prototypes back from other factories. And
I think it was the Wolverine they actually ended up making.
Okay.
Gritter says he would like to see a Ripclaw versus Warblade, a Pit versus Zoivod, and a Spawn versus Violator. That'd be cool. I think there is a Spawn versus Violator.
Really?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I think there's a couple of them actually, all from the same group.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So.
Oh.
So Piggy picked the Diorama. Matt picked the Diorama. D3 picked the crouching one, and I'm gonna pick the Diorama. So. Overall,
myself on this island.
Overall, D3. Overall, we're picking it overall. If it was individual characters, it'd be one thing though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any wrong choice. I mean, there's no bad statues here, so
no. Even the license versus the cut. Like, obviously, I would pick the custom ones over the license one, but even then, it's still got its great attributes, you know.
Oh, you take the XM over?
I wouldn't take XM for anything in this.
Oh, okay.
But I'm saying if it was my only choice, you know, it would still be cool.
Oh, okay, yeah, I feel you. I agree.
The custom ones still blow it out of the water for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
But if I had no choice, I would be okay with it had I not seen the custom ones, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll go into pictures now. I've got quite a few pictures. So
can one of you guys next week, after the show, send me the pics of like the Spawn versus Violator, because I had no idea that statue even existed.
Yeah, he's got a whole Spawn line. I think a bunch of them.
Wow.
He's got a Cowboy Spawn coming out soon. I think I've seen the.
I don't think they're like actual verses though. They're more like Spawn has the sword through his head. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, there's that one. There's another one where he's fighting the big like monkey. I think it's
Cyborg or
Cygor. Yeah, he's got a whole line of them coming out. So because Spawn is one of his favorite characters, I think.
Yeah, man, mine too. I never knew any of these statues existed.
Yeah, it's also about my favorite group. So if that explains anything.
Please add Jarhead's like, yup, I'm getting another commission off Piggy.
Let's see here. So pictures. So I saw this yesterday and I was hooked as soon as I saw this statue. I've got to own this statue.
Oh, yeah, I saw this today.
Yeah, I think it looks so good. So it's Old Man Logan.
Oh yeah, you posted it, right, Jarhead? You said you didn't know you needed another Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I didn't know I needed this, but I do. I do now.
Yeah, that's a really, really good looking sculpt.
It's got that John Wayne.
What'd you say, Piggy?
It's got that John Wayne, like, you know, the Western movie feel to it.
Yeah, it does look kind of like John Wayne.
I didn't really look at it when I saw it earlier, but now that I'm seeing those pictures, it has a really, really good detailed sculpt.
Yeah, when I was looking at it, man, I looked at it and then I started looking at the details, and there's a lot of great detail in it, you know.
Do you know who sculpted this?
Hold on.
Even the horse, like looking at his neck.
Yeah, the horse looks amazing.
Yeah, this is Rafael Barro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like a lot of his stuff that he does. Like he makes some really, really good stuff.
Yeah, he's been putting a lot of good work out there.
Yeah.
The sleeves on the jacket look great. Like when you get like around where his wrist start, like they did a lot of detail on the jacket too.
Yeah, it
The
looks
jacket,
great.
the horse, the muscles in the horse.
That's it right there. That's how I would have him.
Oh, with the
claws and the
claws? Yeah,
hat.
I would too. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that's presence right there. That looks good.
Yeah, this looks so good, man. Like I said, I was in the grocery store and I flipped through Facebook and I was like, yes, please.
Day one jarhead.
Oh, I've got to have this. That head sculpt right here, man, with the cigarette and the cowboy hat, like.
Yeah, that's dope. This is a dope piece.
Yeah. Like I said, I wouldn't have thought that I needed the statue until I saw it. You know, like now it's like, yeah, I need the statue. Look at the detail of mud on the boots.
I will say having the pictures and a lot of angles helps it, because when I saw your post earlier, I only kind of saw the glimpse from my phone, and I was like, okay. But then,
Same.
like,
That's exactly how I was.
yeah. But then as he's zooming in on it, it's like, man, this is dope. As I'm seeing more of the level of detail.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. This might be.
Go ahead.
This might be a hot take, but I would argue that this is almost as detailed, or just as detailed as the Samurai Logan, the LL one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's up there with those, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing so far.
Like look at the pants. Like at first you don't see it, but there's definition, like a material. You can tell it's like jeans, you know, like
stitching.
Like stitching. There you go. That was what I was looking for.
Yeah, that looks really good. Even the bag, you could tell the bag is leather. Like the grain on the bag, like hopefully the paint job doesn't wash out too much of this detail.
I would be so in love with the statue, I would get a kit of it and get it painted.
Yeah, and make sure it's done right.
Yeah, but supposedly the group that's doing this does really, really good work. So it does look kind of like Clint Eastwood. But I like this head sculpt a lot. Like the head sculpt even like it's really good.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, the level of detail is amazing for sure. Like with the hat on and the claws out.
Bro, you can see his like skin like fold, like old, like how older people have their skin right here.
Wow, this might be Raphael's best piece so far.
Man, he's every time I see his work, it just gets better and better every time. Look at that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I think the horse's hair could be a little bit better, like its mane, I guess.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of grouped together. It's kind of lumped together.
Yeah, but that's and even its tail could probably use a little bit more separation detail in the hairs. But other than that, everything else looks amazing.
Look at the hands, even the hands, like the lines in the hand. Look at that sleeve, like
the belt.
Yep.
Like this is Clint Eastwood right there. Like look. I don't know. A+ says it's my kind of sculpt, attention to detail.
Like the eyebrows on this thing.
Arctis said I had to check my neck to see if I'm old.
I even like the horse's mane and the tail here. The only part that I don't like, the very top of the horse, the bang part, for lack of a better word. Yeah,
that's actually what I was talking about.
Oh,
that's
the bang. Yeah, it looks weird, but overall, this thing is amazing. Even the nostrils on the horse look good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at his hand.
Yeah.
So like I can't tell if you guys can see it in any of these pictures, but he's walking on a railroad track, and there's a skull cow head right there, which is I thought was pretty dope. And I've got to get it because I work for the railroad, so like a little bit first.
Personal connections.
Yeah, personal connection, exactly.
When is it coming out?
That was it. They just printed this up, so I think it's not up for pre-order yet. So we'll see.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, I have to have this for sure. And then you got this Venom thing. What do you guys think?
Yeah, the tongue looks too wide for the mouth.
Yeah, he's got a big ass tongue.
And I'm just not a fan at all, period, of anything, to be honest. The pose, the sculpt, I feel like his trap is too pronounced.
I feel like he's pointing at you, D3, and saying, "Fix your fire detector." That's the sense I'm getting from this statue. Fix it, D3.
D3 said,
"Never."
Hey, D3 said, "It's the culture."
I'm glad you're embracing it. Fix it.
I don't like the statue that much. I don't dislike it. I'm not gonna trash it. I just it doesn't really do anything for me. It's just kind of like just there. It's not something I would think about picking up. It's not terrible or anything. It's I don't know.
Not top tier. Now this, on the other hand, this to me is the best Miles Morales statue I've seen. Like, it's dope. The detail on this,
man, this thing looks amazing.
So on the unmasked portrait, you have two options. You can either use this head, like the hair, like there's like a detachable hair. So here, I'll show you. See how there's like a
dang
on top of it. So it's the same portrait. It's just you can change the hair out.
And they both look dope too.
Yeah. Yeah, I like this, Miles.
Oh man. Thanks a lot, Jarhead. When you said that Venom was pointing at D3, now he hung up on us.
Might want to go change his battery out.
I love this, man. I love this. Yeah. I actually want this.
It's so what would you say?
Actually, Jarhead's like, that's 2 commissions.
The sculpt on this is amazing, man. It really is. Like, this is my favorite Miles out there, I think. The head sculpt on this one is so dope.
Hey, Matt, I think I got Jarhead. Like, I'm 1 statue away from him getting a free statue. This is dope, man. For real. Like, what scale is this?
Quarter scale.
Man, I already have a Miles Morales, so I guess I would have 2. I would probably, yeah, this is dope.
This, like I said, I think, and it's not big. It's a safe, it's small, like the footprint of it, overall.
I will find a way to have this like up on the wall, like instead of on the shelf.
Mm-hmm. The anatomy's dope. The actual sculpture of it, like it's dope. Got the Nikes.
Man, this is dope.
Got the texture on the bag, dude. Look at that.
Man, you know how you said when you saw that Wolverine, you're like, I have to have this. That's not. I have to have this Miles Morales statue.
I don't know why Archangel's just telling my secrets, but you need to stop.
Yeah.
No, I wish that was the case.
Man, is this up for PO yet?
I think it already came out for PO. I think this is they printed it up, so they're probably doing the second payment on this. I think.
Oh man,
Look at the detail on the uniform, man.
yeah, I need to be added to this group or post or group text, whatever it is. I need to be added to it.
That's the thing about customs, man. They're dangerous.
Oh man, I literally just said no more POs.
Look at this head sculpt, man. Look at that. On the eyes.
Oh, detail.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's crazy.
Oh man, I will pose it with this one, but I like the other one too. Like, I like them equally.
Jose says DT turned off the TV because he needed the batteries from the remote to put in this Pokemon. Oh, I don't know if you saw, like, there's a switch out for his hand too. So he has open and then closed fist.
Oh wow. Yeah, man, I gotta get this.
Yeah, it's dope. The hair on it. I mean,
yeah, man.
I like how they did that. I wonder if that's magnetic, or they stick the hair on it. You know,
It's a toupee.
yeah, toupee. So then we got this statue. I forget the character's name, but it's from Final Fantasy VII. I forget his name.
Is that rooted hair?
No, I don't think it's gonna be rooted hair. Just sculpted.
It looks good.
Yeah,
That's a cool piece.
yeah, it's from Final Fantasy VII. Oh, Jose he thinks that's a complete switch out head for that sculpt. I don't know, man. It looked like it just snapped on top of his other hair, you know? Like if you look at one of the pictures, here, let me see. See, it looks like it snaps on his actual top of his head.
Man, even the spider on the back of the suit.
Yeah,
that's dope.
This actually might be one of my favorite Spider-Man statues out there. Like overall.
Yeah, don't forget, Jarhead. I got to be added to this one today. Even if I got to take over somebody PO.
Yeah, this Miles is crazy.
He looks like a little bit older Miles too. Like his physique, he's like got like a football player kind of physique to it, like not a kid, you know. I don't know. I dig it. Do you remember who this character is, D3? It's from Final Fantasy VII.
No, I never played Final Fantasy.
Okay. Forget his name. But he had like a machine gun for a hand.
This paint job looks good. The green on the pants and stuff.
Yeah, this is a render though, so. But it looks good.
I think the hair looks great. The outfit looks great.
Lots of detail. So I guess he's got two different switch out arms too for the gun. That's cool.
I like the top one.
The Gatling gun one.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Jose says Barrett Wallace. That's the guy's name.
I think that hair looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks really good. If they can make it look like this one after it's printed out, it would be dope. Some X-23. She seems like she's becoming a pop character to make too now. I see a lot of X-23s out there.
Yeah. I don't really care for the portrait on this one.
No, I don't care for it either.
I don't like the hair nor the portrait. Like the face, the hair.
What about you guys? What D3? What do you guys think about it?
I was actually thinking about possibly getting this at one point when I first saw it, but then I don't know. I just quickly lost interest. Like just within a few days, I don't know. It just looks boring.
Yeah. But you, Matt, you think about this statue?
I'm the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like D3. It's a little boring. It's another girl, and then the portraits. If the portrait was good, maybe you'd pique interest, but
yeah,
portraits.
I think
way off.
There's too many other better
X23s
out there.
Yeah.
I seen one today that a custom one fighting a soldier that's got a custom paint job, and it looks dope. Yeah, Vegas says the same thing. Said that the head doesn't match the body to me, but maybe we can zoom in on the neck to check age. I guess that's a new thing now, huh? Neck. Let me see. No, she looks young. She got the folds.
Lynch said all statues with a base like that is boring now.
Yeah, I don't really care for it either, but
yeah,
there's people they like that. It's not a big,
I mean, I like the build, and if that's the best I can say about the whole statue, I was just saying it's definitely not one for me. But I'm sure someone else would see this and it's their go-to X23.
Like I like sideshows. I like sideshows better. I think that's one of my favorite X23s. There's a custom one where she's fighting like soldiers, like she's like on top of one of them. Like that's probably my favorite. But those two are probably the best ones out there, I think.
I wonder why we don't see a lot of Lady Death strikes.
There's a company making one.
There's two actually.
Yeah,
there's two in production.
Oh wow!
Yeah, they will be the first.
Yeah, for sure. I think one of them that you're talking about, D3. I think they paused it for right now.
Okay.
But I know which one you're talking about. The other one is the same people that are making that new Omega Red and the Wolverine versus Silver Samurai, and they're doing a Lady Strike.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they was doing one.
Which one?
The same group that you said is making the new
Samurai. Yeah. Because you know how he teases all his statues coming up.
Mm-hmm.
If you look through them, there's a picture of a Lady Deathstrike in there. And he says that he's definitely going to make one.
Okay.
So,
well, if that's the case, that's three then that I know that I've heard of so far.
I know one was put on pause for a little bit. So, and then I knew about this other one. So,
yeah, but if that's true, they'll probably do the best job.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll definitely wait for that.
Yeah, they've got that Archangel that they got coming out and that Storm that I love. So.
Oh, so the same group that's doing the Apocalypse, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I PO'd that Apocalypse.
Yeah, I remember how excited you were for it.
You gonna get that Miles too, Piggy?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's dope, dude.
And I got to see these spawns that y'all were telling me about because I had no idea any of that.
Maybe I shouldn't show it to you.
those spawns are huge, bro. Those spawns are huge. They're like 1/3 scale size statues.
I think Nice Guy was selling one of them actually because one of them had already come out.
He was.
It's a big statue, like D3 was saying. Some Mystique.
I like this. It's not like my cup of tea as far as like the vibe of the statue, like the energy, but I like the scope. I like the pose. Of course, you see the transformation leg. So it's a simple but well done Mystique statue. I go a Randover statue, I guess. But like I like to see my villains. I like to see all my characters like more like intense and like ready for battle kind of. I don't like them seeing them relaxed unless it's like an integral part of their personality.
I don't like my statues with donuts on the floor.
Oh yeah,
that donut look disgusting too. But the Storm is dope.
Mystique.
Yeah. Sorry.
I like how you can see a little bit of her transformation on the leg. It's pretty cool. I thought this was a pretty good sculpt too. This is Darkseid's daughter.
Grail.
Grail, there you go.
Yeah, I like this too. I wasn't a big fan of the hair, but everything else I like. You see, I like how, like, this is a museum statue, but you see movement because she's walking, and it's not just like completely symmetrical. Like how she's holding her weapon, it's kind of offset to the right. Like I like things like that in museum statues where it's just not just somebody standing still. Even though I like some of those as well, but
semi-dynamic. I think that's kind of like a, kind of upright pose, but it's still got some kind of movement to it.
Yeah, I wouldn't even consider this semi-dynamic. I would more so consider just like museum with movement or something like that. Like semi-dynamic is like a little bit more dynamic. Like maybe they might not even be like horizontal, but I don't know. That's just my like
levels,
my criteria.
Yeah. Looks pretty dope.
Yeah.
They did a good job on her boots too.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the portrait is a little lacks detail. It's a little basic. The whole portrait, the hair is the weakest part to me, but everything else looks really good.
A lot of Easter eggs.
What is she from?
She's
Darkseid's daughter.
Darkseid's daughter.
Man, okay, I've been out of the game for. That's Darkseid's daughter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name?
Grail.
Okay, I'm unfamiliar with it.
So if you get the statue, you really would have a Grail.
You see, she has the sword. Oh God, Giant! That was an everyday collector joke.
I know. I had to do it. It was stirring in my head for like the longest time, dude. I wasn't gonna say it, but then it just came out.
I like the sword in Superman's cape.
Mm-hmm.
I like that part on the back. That's dope.
She's also got a switch out for Lasso of Truth, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because this other one's a chain.
Yeah, that's dope.
Vega says this is a 2 out of 5 on that dynamic scale, on D3's dynamic scale. Archangel says the exclusive comes with 2 AA batteries. I think it's hinting towards you, D3.
Hey, last time I started talking shit, my phone died. So let's just cool it out.
He's gonna hang up on us again.
I don't know. I like the portrait on this.
Yeah, I like it too. I don't think it's bad. I would just like a little bit more detail. I don't know. It just looks very flat all over. Like there's really no like skin texture. I'm not really sure how she is in the comics though. Like maybe that's how she is in the comics, because I don't know. But
I thought this was a cool concept.
Yeah, this is dope.
Half Dead Custom said he just posted Old Man Blade in the group.
Okay.
Oh. Yeah, this is like a super dope statue that I would never get.
Yeah.
Like one of those kind of things.
I think it was good.
Looked like she was having a bad night.
Yeah. Apocalyptic night.
Like that tattoo.
It's like a Miley Cyrus Gwen. It's dope though. I think it's
like it really conveys like the sense that she just really went through a tough battle, or like, tore somebody up, or whatever the case may be. But like you can just look at her and kind of like envision the whole story of what she just went through.
Yeah, I've had a couple of nights like that before.
Have you guys ever seen that movie Reform School Girls back in the day?
No.
All right, well, if you guys ever watch it, you'll get the reference. But she straight up looked like one of the characters from Reform School Girls.
Ark says, this Gwen is how I looked after telling my wife the pork chops were dry. This is good though.
I think it looks really good. If I were like in the market for ever wanting Spider-Man, this would definitely be the one.
It's different. Like, you don't see this. You definitely don't see him with a gun.
I love it. It's not all cutesy like they normally have her.
Yeah.
Like she's been through hell.
It just has a badass factor to it.
Yeah.
I like that tattoo a lot.
Like typically, I hate seeing characters who don't use guns with guns, but this one is so good, I don't care.
This should be shipping soon, I think.
Wasn't he in our versus a few weeks ago? About a month ago?
No, that was LBS.
Yeah, that was LBS. This is a quarter scale.
It's similar though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those were third scale. These are
quarter
scale.
This has a berserk switch out. Yeah. Or feral switch out.
Yeah. Supposedly he's making a Hulk to go with this statue too.
Mm.
Original mask.
Yeah, this is a good statue, but in a sea of Wolverine statues, it doesn't really stand out too much.
What did
it fits in well.
What did kids say? Mid?
Yeah.
Superior Spider-Man. I always liked this costume a lot. This is from the same group that's making that Wolverine too.
Looks good.
This is actually direct from a cover.
Yeah, this looks good.
Yeah, like I said, I've always liked this costume the most. I think out of all the Spider-Man costumes.
Yeah, that's my favorite one. I have a hot toy of this one coming next month.
I even like the roses on the grave.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Buck would pick this one apart too.
Oh, he probably would. Looks good though. I like this a lot.
I feel like you can get every Spider-Man suit with him posing in that crouching pose.
Yeah, it was kind of similar to the Miles Morales we showed earlier too.
Yeah, you could probably set up a display like that.
Oh yeah, that would be dope.
Yeah, I like this. Oh, Jimmy got his shredder in, custom shredder. He was showing it in the group.
I like the portion of the eyes that are shown through the helmet. Like, yeah, these portraits are pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a dope shredder.
Mm-hmm. They did a whole line. It all came out pretty good.
Yeah, I personally would like a little bit more detail, but for what it is, like I like it a lot.
I think the portraits look great. Yeah, these portraits look great.
Some nice guys collection.
I like the base a lot.
That Spider-Man Noir is dope.
Yeah, it came out really good.
This is a super dope display. I like how he put this together.
Yep.
With the risers, I think he just made those risers. Yeah. This is a custom Spider-Man bust. It's 1/3, and then it's from an anime company, believe it or not. So, it's a little busy for me, but
okay, it's busy, but I like the concept a lot better than is that Sideshow that's making like the totem pole Spider-Man?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I like this.
Yeah.
And they're representing like you have like Mysterio and the other villains, like their heads are just going around the statue and you can see who they are. I like it. I mean, it's busy, but I like it a lot better than the concept that
it's little hints of characters. Like you got Electro, Doc Ock, Vulture,
it's the whole Sinister Six, I believe.
Yeah. Well, this is
Electro,
Green Goblin. This guy right here.
You got Sandman, Green Goblin,
and what's his face, Craven. And then you got Venom, obviously, and then what's his crocodile's name? His name.
I forgot.
I can't think of it.
Lizard?
I think it's Lizard.
Yeah.
The only thing I wish that it was a little less like metallic looking.
I actually kind of like that too, because it makes it look better when the Venom, when the symbiote is overtaking him. I actually, as busy as it is, I really like this.
Yeah, it's a dope piece.
They're supposed to be making it
$35.
Yeah, $235 for a 1/3 scale.
Wait, how much?
$235.
Wow.
Yeah. They're going to make a life size, I think, too. Of
it. Yeah, I heard they're considering that.
Wow.
This is definitely something that I would like sit back on and let it come out before I ever try pursuing it, just because we've never heard of the company before. It's a completely unique kind of piece. We don't have any track record for what they've done.
At least
I don't.
Nice Guy has statues from this company already.
Okay, so
I was talking.
They're reliable.
So
I think it's an anime company. That's making this?
Yeah, it's anime company.
That makes sense because their statues are always in a different price range than like the other IPs.
A couple guys in the group are correcting me. Jose says crocodile. Shake my head. Yes, it's lizard, not crocodile, bro. And then he also says Dr. Connors is his legal name. So yeah, got it, guys. What's up, Dennis? Yeah, it's a good price for that for sure. It's $250 for a 3rd scale with all that. Yeah.
Vega said he just heard me swiping my card.
I don't like the smoke on Mysterio. I feel it looks kind of cheap and plasticky.
Yeah.
I think it's just the paint though.
So, but here's the thing though.
It looks like grapes.
For $250 for $250 though, like I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because you can paint that for $250. Yeah, I'll paint it.
I wouldn't be so hype on it. I'm a little skeptical.
I would like to see him.
But it looks good so far.
Yeah.
So this was a base of a custom that came out, Dr. Doom, and they had it custom painted. I think it came out way better than the original.
Yeah, Jeff did.
So good.
Was it Jeff that did this? Jeffrey, the villain?
Name. But because the original one
too.
The original one was just all one color, like this white. But I think this gold and everything sets it off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Jeffrey.
And then we got Mr. Piggy here, some of his collection. You were saying something about your first custom statue that you made, right? Was this Bishop and something else?
It was the Bishop and the Luke Cage. Yeah. That was the first custom I actually maybe one of the first 2 or 3 that I saw when I first got in the hobby. I was like, wait, how did, like, I saw it in somebody's video and I was like, where'd they get that from? And I'm looking at all the groups, I'm looking at all the license pages, and I'm like, where the heck did I was like, dude, did you make this yourself? And that's how I got to whomever had it in the video, and that's how I got put on for this particular statue. And then I got the Bishop. I think that Luke Cage is dope. It still holds up. It's like straight out the cover behind him.
Did you ever see that new custom one they're making? That was pretty dope.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
I think they started shipping it.
Yeah.
And then this bishop was the next one that I got. I did a post like just asking everybody to drop their first custom because I didn't even know. I knew nothing about customs at all before seeing these two.
I've got that Bishop comic.
Oh wow, the one behind.
Yeah.
Love it.
That was like the first issue of a series, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think this Black Panther is underrated too. I think it's one of the best Black Panthers out there.
I love it, man. I love it. Like when as I was putting it together, when I was taking it out, like doing the unboxing, I started getting hyped just looking at it before I even had it all put together.
Yeah, I don't think you can like see the detail. Like it's hard to see it on camera, but it's there. I think it's a really underrated piece for sure.
Absolutely.
And it was one of those pieces that came out right around when like Hulkbuster came out and the Thor and basically when all the XM big pieces came out.
Yeah, man. That man XM is really. I don't want to kind of like go into that, but it's really sad to see where they are because they were on top, man. That Beta Ray build that I have is one of my favorites. The Thing from the Fantastic Four, the Red Hulk, like those statues were masterpieces,
bro. The Sentinel piece, like
oh yeah,
like I don't know, that whole era of XM was like legendary. So
yep.
But yeah, Archangel says finally I show something that he has. He has that story.
I love that storm. I love that storm.
They need to make a new one of that suit. Somebody needs to make one. Oh, and I just wanted to show this real fast. I was flipping through stuff and I caught this. It caught my attention. This is ridiculous.
I just wonder like how to display it. Like I like it. I think it's dope. It's just like how would I display it?
Coffee table.
Yeah.
To me, the legs are just too high. I would want the legs a lot lower, but it's dope though.
It's funny, D, because you don't like diodes, and the first thing I thought about was, man, I could put some smaller statues under there and make it into a diode.
That's dope right there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, this is being made. I think by they're trying to get interest on this to see if anybody's interested in getting it. I think it's a Star Wars character.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a Star Wars character.
Yeah.
The droids, I guess.
Yeah. I think Terry was really wanting this character made, actually. He told me if he get this character made, this will be his first custom piece.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
C-3PO's cousin.
I think this is one of the bounty hunters, I think.
Looks good. I hope they make it so Terry can join us on the dark side.
Yes, join us. One of us.
One of us.
But yeah, that's it on pictures, man. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I know the XM thing. That's gonna actually. I'm gonna make a video about XM. We're gonna go talk about it. Comparative to like customs. Like it kind of, when you put it in perspective, of people can't trust customs and this and that, but then you see a license company doing it. So what's the difference?
It's a good point.
That's true.
So, I think it would be a good topic to talk about. I think so.
I agree.
So Biggie, man, now that you've got 3 or 4 statues that you've seen that you want now, what do you got going on the rest of the day? Hope you enjoyed the show and the enabling. What do you got going on?
I enjoyed the show. I don't think my budget enjoyed anything about this, but I don't know, man. I think I'm gonna get out and just enjoy a little bit of the warm weather. It's finally getting back to the 70s here today.
Bro, it's nice out here. I don't know, about where you're from, but in Texas, it's really nice out right now. So.
We had dipped about 20 degrees over the past few days, and now it's kind of like back up. So
yeah, it was mainly in the mornings and nights, not nighttime.
Yeah,
that morning chill.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna get out and enjoy the day.
Yeah. Matt, what do you've got baseball the rest of the day. What do you think about today's show, man? Like, I know you had to make a hard choice that you didn't want to make.
Yeah, you put it on me. I didn't know you were gonna do that.
I planned this whole time.
I know, man. You little spider in the web. I felt it. You caught me in your web.
Yeah, spider tingle.
Yeah, I know we talked about this about a week and a half ago, but I didn't know you were going to set me up.
Yeah, I had it.
It's all right. But, yeah. Thanks, man. It's a great show, man.
Yeah, appreciate you coming out.
I love that character. I love it.
You had seen a post a couple weeks ago about it, and you wanted to talk about it. So that's what it's for, man. Like if anybody on the panel wants to talk about certain things or a topic or a character or whatever, just let me know. We'll do it. I don't have to be always making the stuff every week. So if you guys,
I really want them to do. I want Marvel to do a Sabretooth movie and an Omega Red movie.
It'd be dope if they do a. I was talking about that in a group discussion the other day. What if they made like a, the team that Maverick and Sabretooth and Wolverine were on? It was Team X. Yeah. If they did something like that, a movie like that with them breaking into Omega Red's facility, how they did it back in the day. That'd be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would like that.
Yeah, but they got to do the origin stories.
Yeah, I would even dig like a statue like that. So, but D3, man, thanks for hopping on, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Been good to have you on.
Definitely, man. Nothing much, man. Just gonna be watching my son for the rest of the night. Got a couple more errands and chores I gotta run. So.
Yeah,
that's it. Getting ready for the work week tomorrow.
Yeah, I gotta do the same thing. Getting ready for the work week tomorrow. So.
Oh, I got some shelving. I got some shelving in for my statues.
Okay.
2 days ago. So,
congrats.
I'm gonna start putting some stuff together. Not for the X-Men statues yet, but I can at least start putting my cosmic collection out and getting some real displays going.
Awesome.
So I'm excited about that.
Don't forget we got football tonight.
Oh yeah, I already forgot.
Ravens. Come on, man.
Nelson.
Too bad Don's not here.
Sent some pictures of a custom Rogue I bought CMP. Sent it to you.
I'm just like whatever.
Yeah. I'll check it out, Nelson. Who watches sport, Matt? Who watches sports?
Come on, man.
We're a bunch of nerds. I mean, I watch like UFC and stuff. And I'll watch occasionally football. So. But
yeah.
And then D3 is gonna buy some batteries hopefully in the next couple of days to put that smoke alarm. So
I'll try, man. I'll try.
But like I said, I appreciate you guys coming out. I appreciate everybody in the chat chatting up with us about Omega Red and some custom statues. Hope you guys enjoyed yourselves and peace out, everybody.